Hiya, Barbie.
Hi, Ken.
You want to go do a podcast?
Sure.
Jump in.
Ladies and gentlemen, fillies and gentle colts, dragons of all ages, and everyone else, welcome to Pondering Pony. I'm your host, John, and with me I have my co-host. Jay, you, sir, are the most uncharming prince I have ever met. Seems like the only thing royal about you is that you are a royal pain.
That's me.
The royal pain. And anyway, this is a podcast about toy media franchises, 2000s nostalgia, and whatever else we want to talk about. And this week we are finishing up season 1 of Friendship is Magic by talking about episodes 25 and 26.
Yeah. So episode 25 is titled Party of One. This was released April 29, 2011, directed by Jason Thiessen with James Wooten as co-director, written by Megan McCarthy, animation by DHX Media and Top Draw Animation with art direction by Rid Sorensen, and music by William Anderson with a song by Daniel Ingram.
Yes. The story of this one. After her party for Gummy's first birthday is a success, Pinkie Pie immediately plans for another party for the following day. And she goes out to deliver invitations, but each of the other ponies already have plans. And Pinkie gets suspicious and follows some of them, overhearing conversations about how they are keeping something secret from her. And Pinkie bribes Spike with gems that get him to spill the secret, and he claims that the other ponies don't like Pinkie's parties and no longer want to be friends with her. And Pinkie snaps and hosts a party with a bunch of inanimate objects. And Remedies shows up and drags Pinkie to the barn where the other ponies are throwing a surprise party for Pinkie's birthday. And Pinkie is touched by her friend's gesture and goes back to being her old self.
Yeah, this is an interesting episode. This is a more Pinkie Pie focused episode, and more she also has an arc here, which I don't think has normally been the case for her episodes. Bit of an arc.
This is a fan favorite of this season.
Okay.
I mean, for reasons, the obvious reason is Pinkie going crazy, going psychotic, which we'll talk more about that later. But yeah, I like this story a lot. It's one of my favorites of this season.
Okay.
We get to see Pinkie. You get to see a lot of Pinkie. We get to see a lot about her. She really likes throwing parties.
Yep.
And she decides to throw the party the very next day after Gummy's birthday party.
Which is a little excessive, personally. That's a lot of parties in one day. I don't know. I guess it's 2 days. That's still a lot of parties for 2 days.
Yeah. And it's all because she forgot her birthday was that day.
Yep.
Which, I don't know, maybe speaks something about her.
Yeah. It is like sad when you plan something and no one is able to show up. So I definitely relate to that part. But it is also like I definitely also relate to, at least this was before, because obviously they actually have something else going on. They have their surprise party that they're planning. But I do definitely understand the feeling of like, oh, I've been hanging out with people a lot at these types of situations recently. I don't think I have the energy to do another one tonight.
Immediately afterwards. Plus, some of them have like legitimate jobs. Like Applejack has the best reason for not showing up because she's a farmer and has to actually do chores and such.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can relate to Pinkie feeling alone. Yep. No, oh my gosh, my first semester of university, like one of the first few weeks was like a big struggle of like not takes me a while to build like a friend group, and so the first few weeks were like, I was struggling to be social, and so one class, the class ends, everybody leaves, and it like suddenly dawned on me like I was the last person in the room, in the completely empty room, and I don't know, just a sudden wave of like emotion just came over me. It's like, oh, that I don't like this feeling, no. And so I can kind of get Pinkie's perspective, like after everybody says no and she's all alone, it's like, yeah, I can feel that.
Yeah. Now, how do you feel about surprise parties?
Hmm. It's hard to say. I've never gone to a surprise party, nor have I been surprised by a party. I've always known everything. Like my birthday party, I planned it. It's my party.
Okay. Yeah.
I know everything about parties, so never have I done a surprise party. The idea sounds fun to be surprised by your friends for a party, but I don't know. It could also just be like, oh, I wasn't planning on being social and happy at this point. So
That's very much how I feel. I do not like the idea of a surprise party. Like, I don't know. If it's like everyone has play, or like if it's like we're hanging out and like, hey, let's do a party, and that kind of like, oh, we weren't planning something, but it has sort of naturally progressed to that point, as opposed to like the everyone else got together without you and planned something, and it's a surprise, and now you are obligated to participate.
it's
Like
gonna be
I
something
want to
where
have a little bit of
you plan people to
forewarning.
hang out together, and then they slip in the surprise. It's like, oh yeah, by the way, happy birthday, it's for you, and then they bring out the gifts. That's a better surprise party than just you show up into a room and then suddenly too many people are in the room without warning.
Yeah. I mean there are people who definitely like Pinkie Pie obviously is the type of personality that appreciates that a little bit more. For
Hmm.
me, I need to know a little bit in advance. My grandmother recently planned her own surprise party. She called it a surprise party. It wasn't actually a surprise party. The only people who were
Sure.
surprised were everyone who she said that she was giving her own surprise party. It's like, surprise, I'm you're coming over to my place for a party.
Wow, sounds great.
It was fun. We had good food. But yeah,
Yeah.
characters here, Pinkie Pie, who it is revealed that she is one bad day away from a complete psychotic break.
Hmm. Yeah. That scene with her talking to all the objects and like her brain starts hurting and she's just going crazy. It's it's a scene. It's a fantastic scene. You can wonder why bronies really like this episode and why they really attached to that one scene.
I mean, it makes sense given what I know
Hmm.
about the fandom and how they view the characters, that that scene would be something that has stuck around.
Sure. Like we said, Pinkie Pie, she can get very lonely. Makes us wonder, why does she throw parties all the time? Maybe she just wants the attention because she's so very lonely. And this is a breaking point. And to the point where she forgets her own birthday, which is not a great thing to have happen.
I think it was just she was so excited about planning Gummy's after party that
Hmm.
it didn't even occur to her. I don't think there's something deeper going on there.
Of course not, but you could introspect
You
something.
could, yes. I think it is partially just the writers wanted a twist for the end of the episode.
Hmm. Which may lead to some problems with the story. Well, yeah, yeah. Yeah, this episode introduced us to the Pinkie Pie with the straight hair and the crazy personality. And the fans have dubbed this version of the character as Pinkamena, her full birth name. And
Okay.
yeah, no, there's so much art about Pinkamena and fanfics. Like, she's pretty much depicted as the psychotic, crazy murder one. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, a lot of it also has to do with like, oh, the duality of Pinkie Pie, the happy party one and the pressed lonely one. And so there's a lot of great artwork like this, like I put here, and there's been fun fanfics and stuff. There's one where they do a retelling of Jekyll and Hyde with Pinky, and that
Okay.
was I like that one. That's entertaining. So the question I have in regards to her friends is, what if Piggy Pie remembered her birthday and invited them all to go to her birthday, and they still like be like, oh, sorry, Pinky, we can't make it, and try to build her own surprise party?
Yeah, I don't know. I can't say that I really thought about or speculated on that.
It's fun hearing all their lying attempts. Like
Yeah.
Rarity, just she took one for the team. Like put her hair in the trash can to get dirty. Fluttershy and Rainbow Dash cannot keep their story straight.
Yeah. No, it is a fair question to bring up of like what were they planning. It to me it kind of feels like the whole birthday thing is meant as just like this last gotcha twist rather than something that was really thought through in the construction of the story.
Yeah, it feels similar to a different story from a previous generation, so we'll talk about that when we get there.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, no, it's once you think about like the details of like, oh, what if this piece was, yeah, yeah, for the twist to happen,
Yeah.
it doesn't always work. But yeah,
Yeah.
here we once again see Pinkie Pie and Rainbow Dash being chasing each other.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're
and
seeing sort of her basically teleportation power. She shows up wherever Rainbow
her
Dash is.
fourth
It's a,
wall
yeah.
ability of catching up. We saw this briefly in earlier this season
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
the prank episode. Here we see it again, and we see the terrifying aspect of it when Pinkie's actually not happy.
Yeah. No, there
Yeah,
is something sort of menacing about Pinkie Pie in this episode. I will also say it's so I was thinking there's two ways that this could go as this episode is playing out. The first one is, it's Pinkie's they're planning a surprise party for Pinkie, and that's obviously the
sure.
better
Yeah,
or like the more obvious route. I was kind of hoping they would go the opposite route of like all of the excuses are actually true. Like Rainbow Dash and Fluttershy are actually house sitting for a bear that lives in a cave. That's a very nice cave. It is on vacation at the beach.
a bear named Harry. Yeah,
Yeah. And then Pinkie Pie has to learn the lesson of, hey, just because your friends don't want to hang out with you today doesn't mean they don't like you.
sure.
Rather
Yeah,
than this sort of like Pinkie Pie gets everything she wants and doesn't actually learn her lesson.
and that would be like a normal way to handle this type of episode, but I like the twist that they went with instead.
Okay.
It adds something more interesting than just like, oh yeah, Pinkie needs to learn schedules and boundaries.
I guess I wanted to see the bear who lives in a cave that's a house and goes on vacation to the beach.
Well, who says we won't see the bear one
Yeah,
day?
yeah, good point.
Still got
Spike,
8 more
what is up
seasons.
with Spike? He he comes up with this. I assume it's a lie. I don't know what's going on here with him.
What do you mean?
When he tells Pinky that the other ponies don't want to spend time with her
See,
anymore.
uh, you must have really misheard that scene. Pinkie said, "Tell me this exact thing," and then Spike
Oh,
tells her word for
yes,
word that exact
I
thing.
see. I see. Yes,
So
I should have been paying more attention there.
yeah, yeah. But no, is Spike good at handling interrogation? He's telling them what they want. He's like, "Hey, tell me, confess," and he does confess. So
Yeah, no, he does not stand up under pressure at all here. Though obviously,
mhm.
since he doesn't actually have the information she wants, then
I really like the moment between Pinkie and Applejack in the barn where Applejack comes with an excuse and Pinkie Pie has to really look at Applejack and think deeply because Applejack is the truthful one.
yeah,
And so there's that moment where they stare at each other for a long time and Applejack's reflection appears in Pinkie's eyes and it's like, yes,
Gummy is also returning here.
it's his birthday. And he
Yeah,
really, he really wants to kill.
you
There's
you
many
know
moments
what
where he's chomping on something, but he can't.
you know what the worst moment is though is when he has the balloon at the end.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
that is not something to be doing in your kids cartoon because balloons are not things that should go in mouths.
Hmm. Well, any anyway,
Oh,
anyway, yeah.
yeah.
Lots of fun stuff in here, at least for me.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm as taken with this episode, but it is like a fun. I guess I'm less invested in Pinkie Pie as a character, so this
Sure.
episode wasn't really sparking my curiosity as much.
hmm Even if you're not invested in Pinkie Pie, the fact that there was like this alter weird psycho Pinkie Pie that just
Yeah,
seemed to interest. Whenever a show goes a little more beyond the aspects of a kid show, that interests adults more often.
yeah, I think that element is definitely there. I think that is a very fandom friendly thing, having sort of
Oh yeah,
the dark alter ego. Especially for like something that is lighthearted in tone. Because then you get to do your dark alter ego creepy pasta fanfics, which obviously at this point we're already a thing with Pinkie Pie specifically, so that's
yeah.
feeding into
So
that. It's a
this one
loop
like fed
now.
into that and just confirmed. It's like, oh wait, we're not far off on this. Oh yeah, I have a shirt that has the Pinky and Pickamina duality.
Okay.
So I mean, I really like it. Visuals. Anything specific on visuals for you?
Not really, no. I didn't really know. I guess the interrogation scene has some interesting lighting.
Yeah, yeah. Under some animation errors, these are like oh barely qualifies animation errors. Okay. First one, Rainbow Dash and Applejack. They're doing their thing, and like this is like one you're not really gonna notice. One, Applejack, she's missing her freckles, and
Okay.
two, Rainbow Dash's tail is apparently off somehow. I don't know the specifics, but there's something off with it.
Is it missing
And
like the green?
yeah, something wrong with the colors. Some of the colors are missing or something. I don't know. It's
I
something.
wouldn't know either.
Next up, again, reflections are never usually on point here. Spike is smiling, but the reflection doesn't show that. So,
Yup.
on to performances. Here we have Tara Strong, Ashley Ball, Andrew Libman, Tabitha St. Germain, Kathy Westlock, and Shannon Chan Chen for Pinkie Pie's singing voice. So, the typical cast of our characters here.
Yeah, I don't really have anything to say that I haven't said the last what 13 weeks,
Sure.
give or take some extra dalliances into Gen 1.
hmm Yep. And here we have a Pinky jingle, her singing telegram as she goes and sings the invitation to her friends. I like the bit that I like to think that she was just singing that on repeat on her
Yeah.
way to each of them.
Yeah, it's a fun thing, and then that she is so exhausted at the end that when she does it the next day, she actually just delivers invitations rather than tried to do the whole song and dance routine again.
Yeah.
It's a fun little callback moment.
hmm Well, onto illusions via the Pony Wiki. The title comes from the term party of one, which is used when booking a reservation for a single person at a restaurant or hosting establishment. Yeah. The scene where Raymond Dash is trying to get away from Pinkie Pie, but Pinkie appears everywhere it goes, is similar to some Droopy cartoons where Droopy pursues a wolf in this manner. The bouncing exhibited during this is similar to the way Pepe Le Pew of Looney Tunes fame. Yeah. We know. Pinkie Pie's chant to Gummy, go Gummy, it's your birthday, go Gummy, it's your birthday, is a paraphrase of hip hop artist 50 Cent's In the Cup. I mean, sure, if you want to
Yeah,
say
yeah.
so. One of Pinkie Pie's imaginary friends, a pile of lint, is named Sir Lancelot. Possible? No, it is a
Possible.
reference. It is a
Possible.
it's a reference to the fictional knights of Arthurian legend, Sir Lancelot of the Knights of the Round Table. Yes, possible reference.
This is another one where I'm like, well, that is like first off like a very obvious reference. I guess it's the wiki, they have to catalog absolutely everything, but then,
hmm
like, yeah, putting the possible in there is just yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. A heap of rocks named Rocky, who speaks with a Brooklyn accent and calls Rainbow Dash a chump, makes an appearance as a reference to the Rocky film series. Yeah, except Rocky's from Philadelphia, not Brooklyn. Um, anyway, at the party near the end of the episode, when Spike tries to dance with Rarity, he does a dance move made famous by 1970 film Saturday Night Fever, the disco dance, I believe.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, of course. IMDb trivia: this episode is the first episode to feature Pinkie Pie's popular alter ego, Pinkamena, although basically just Pinkie with her hair down and crazier than usual. Most bronies and fans like to think of her as a whole different personality to Pinkie. Yep, yep. Friendship reports: Pinkie learned to expect the best of her friends, and a true friend always has her interests at heart. Yeah, I. That is an interesting way to take it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep. While many fans often cite this episode as being the inspiration for the grimdark fanfic Cupcakes, the earliest mentions of this fic actually predates this episode. I mentioned this earlier in the season.
Is it grimdark or just horror themed? I don't know. That feels like
Grimdark,
using a
creepypasta.
term,
We have so
using a
many tags
meme
for the
term
same
for.
things. It's the thing. And then lastly, Derpy Hooves does not make an appearance. So sad. Before we move on to the next episode, we wanted you to take a moment to tell you about where you can find us. We're Binging Barbie Podcast on Instagram and Tumblr, Binging Barbie on Blue Sky, and Serialized, a Barbie Movie Podcast. Yep, yep. And Binging Barbie Movie Podcast on Letterboxd. And if you enjoyed this episode, make sure to leave a 5-star review and go join our Patreon at patreon.com/Binging Barbie Podcast.
So, season 1, episode 26 is titled The Best Night Ever. This is the finale of the season. This was released May 6, 2011, and written by Amy Keating Rogers, and all of the other production staff is the same here.
With songs by Daniel Ingram. Yes. Story for this finale is the night of the Grand Gala at Bengala is finally here, and each of the ponies have big plans. Twilight is looking forward to spending time with Princess Celestia. Rarity wants to meet her Prince Charming, who will fall in love with her. Remadash wants to hang out with the Wonderbolts. Fluttershy wants to meet all the exotic animals in the gardens. Pinkie Pie wants to have fun partying with everyone. Abachak wants to make lots of money. And Spike just wants to spend time with his friends. And each of their plans goes wrong over the course of the night, and their attempts to salvage the situations only make things worse. The party erupts into total chaos, and the main six escape to a donut shop where Spike is waiting. And the Princess Celestia shows up, glad that something interesting happened at the gala for once, and the friends have a good time just hanging out together. Yes. Yep.
Yep. Yeah, I was waiting for the Grand Galloping Gala to show up again after the what is it, like episode 3 or 4?
Yeah, that's when it was first introduced, and then we got episode 14 where we get the dresses. So yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, this has been building up to for a while.
Sure.
Yeah, it played out pretty much like I was expecting. Obviously, I didn't know the details of what everything was going to happen, but it is, each character goes in with these expectations and then they go wrong in some way or another.
Oh yeah, like you called it immediately. You nailed everything. It's like you were saying that in that episode, and I was like, "Oh, okay." I have to keep my calm here to not loot or give away everything. But like you were
I
just
figured based on your reactions that something was going to be coming back. So
no, but you were like saying everything, like because that episode we were introduced to people's ideas. It's like, oh, Applejack, she's gonna want to make money, but doesn't end up making money. Pinkie Pie, she wants a great like rave party, but it turned out to be a formal event. What if Rarity is looking for a prince, but the prince turns out to be a total snob? And so you're like saying every plot point exactly, and I was like, oh, okay, that's gonna be fun when we get to the finale. So, good job.
yeah, no, thank you. That I would say that is mainly just that this show is, it's written in a way that is pretty easy to see where it's going for the most part.
I mean, yeah.
I kind of figured that's what they were. I mean, yeah, when you see their big fantasies of how this one night is going to be the best night of their lives. Yeah, something is going to go wrong.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So yeah, everybody has their great expectations that don't end up being met. So
Yeah. Yeah, and it becomes sort of this message about managing expectations, which is kind of the what the previous episode was doing a little bit, but obviously Pinkie Pie then has all of her expectations met because she gets to do this big party. Here, this is actually, the characters are not getting what they want and have to learn to appreciate what they have, which is like a good message for kids.
yeah, yep, a really great message for kids. It's a good one to end a season one for a show like this, or
Yeah.
what it was meant to be originally, for the kids before a new demographic alter some things. So this is the tamest finale of the show. So
Okay. I was wondering because, yeah, we don't have any connection to sort of the overarching story that was established in the first couple episodes. I was expecting at least to have like the whatever the evil character who's no longer evil show up in this one.
hmm. Yeah, your expectations were a bit too high for that, Jay. Yeah,
Which
yeah.
this honestly, I think this is kind of better because this is a good finale to what the show has been outside of the first two episodes.
This show doesn't do a whole lot of overarching storylines, a whole lot.
Yeah, yeah.
So this is as simple as it can be. I have a real life story about
Oh,
this as well, where um, I went to my very first BronyCon, and there they had an event called the Grand Galvin Gala, and I was like, oh, the Grand Galvin Gala, it's like wear formal attire, and I was like, oh man, I want to go to that. I want to experience a gala, so I go. I'm like dressed up in my fancy suit and stuff, and do you know what it was, Jay?
was it a rave?
It was a rave. I went in expecting a gala, but it was a rave. And I was so disappointed. I was only there for like 15 minutes and then I left. It was like, all right, I'm going to a different panel. And that was great because the other panel was so much better. So, yeah. Yeah.
To be fair, I think I had heard that story at some point, so I wasn't just guessing with that.
Oh, yeah. I probably told you that like back back then when I went. It was like,
Yeah.
here's what happened this summer. This thing happened. So, yeah.
Yeah, so each of the characters has their own sort of little disappointment. I think Twilight is sort of the least interesting to see play out, but it is sort of like, I don't know, there's something to it of she's just she's expecting to spend time with Celestia, and she does get to spend time with Celestia, but she's seeing how Celestia has obligations beyond just spending time with Twilight that kind of suck because she's just
Yeah.
saying hello to everyone.
She's a door greeter. Yeah, I mean that's pretty much the life of a door greeter. I was a door greeter for the past couple years at my own church, and so it's like me and the other greeter. We can't really get to know each other because like we start our conversations like, oh yeah, I'm from this is me. Oh, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning for the next 5 minutes, and then there's like a 30-second break where you try to continue where you left off. And
Yeah,
at the
yeah.
end, we're never gonna see each other for the next few weeks. So yeah.
Yeah, no, I think there is like that is a lot more grounded in realism, quote unquote realism, than most of the other things, which are a little bit more fantastical and out there. I guess Applejack's as well, where she's trying to sell something at a party that has free food and isn't making any money for some reason. Can't imagine why no one wants to pay money for food when there is food being provided for
Well,
free.
yeah, I think it's also implied that like these hoity-toity ponies don't want like carnival food with fried stuff, fried apple fries. Have you ever seen apple fries? I've never seen apple
I have
fries.
not. No, I did not
It
know that
sounds
that was a
interesting
thing.
though.
Yeah, I don't know. Fried sweet food is like. Oh, I guess looks like this has like cinnamon on it. That could be pretty good. I don't know.
Yeah.
Hot apple. is not always my favorite thing.
It depends on how it's cooked.
Like
Like
an apple pie is good.
like an apple pie, deep fried apple pie. That sounds really good. I like that. Apple fritters are fun.
Yeah, I guess it's
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 better when
more
it's
the like
cooler
yeah,
though. But
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, Rarity gets the classic sort of she meets her Prince Charming, but he's not actually all that charming story here.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah,
you have
Prince Blue Blood.
indicated, if not through your speech, then through your reactions, that this character does show up later. Is this the
What's
later that he shows up, or does he continue to be a character?
this is the later that he shows
Okay,
up.
okay,
And then he only appears in like background shots. So
okay.
yep. Yeah, no, he's apparently the nephew of the princess, but we have no idea what that relationship actually is. What is that? I don't know. That it never
Yeah,
does anything with that, and we never find out. So
yeah. The
yeah,
the society of Canterlot seems to be very like, given how Princess Celestia is framed as like this wise and beneficial leader, the Society of Canterlot does not fit with that in a way that's kind of interesting. Like they they seem a lot more stuck up than Princess Celestia is.
yeah,
Which I guess, I mean, that isn't like that doesn't happen in real life. It's just a little interesting. I could see a darker show taking on Celestia's perspective as she's like trying to be a good ruler while stuck with all of the like political backstabbing of the upper crust of society, like the
uh huh,
maneuvering and yeah.
sure.
Now I'm just trying to figure out if my specula or my like thoughts here, if your reaction is indicating that this is something that actually happens later, or if you're just reacting.
I'm I'm just taking in what you're suggesting, and I'm
Okay.
just like, okay, that is a suggestion to make.
Yeah, I
I
don't
don't
think it
know
would
if I
be.
have the same
Yeah,
opinion, but sure.
I don't think it would be good or bad. It's just something that I was thinking of.
Okay. Yep. I love her moment at the end where she breaks up the glass slippers.
Yeah, good, because this is like full of little Cinderella references, so that's a good callback there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rainbow Dash, she gets to the Wonderbolts party and it's too crowded, which yeah, that is like, I mean, it's kind of similar to what happens with Twilight and Celestia, of like there just isn't enough space. Like these people have different obligations as
Yeah.
sort of the
You're also trying to hang out with celebrities, so
yeah, yeah.
everybody wants to hang out with the celebrities. And then Rainbow Dash starts causing problems for her to fix herself.
Yep.
You
Yeah,
know,
because
like,
that is how she like got an in with these people. So she's sort of trying to replicate the behavior that got her there, and it's not
and
working at all for
trying
her.
to impress them, yeah.
Fluttershy, the loud mouth, scares away all of the animals because she's too
uh,
loud.
I, I, I love this Fluttershy in this. Like, she's so entertaining. It's like, usually she's just always good with animals, but here she's just struggling so hard
Yeah,
and getting so frustrated. It's like, it's great.
keeps running into the gardener who's wearing one of those hats. What
It's
kind of
Goofy
hat
Hat.
is it? Okay, I was thinking because it's not like a Tom Bombadil hat,
Yeah.
but
No.
it has that like
A lot of Disney reference in this. He's like whistling while you work, like the Snow White.
yeah, yeah. Her stuff was fun, and then of course she scares the animals into the ballroom, and it causes chaos.
Yeah. Which is what Pinkie Pie, she wants to be, you know, partying up in here, but like the guests are just like so formal that they're like, what is she doing?
Yeah, yeah. Pinkie Pie maybe has the least interesting thing going on because it is like yeah the conflict. There's not much there besides just she has different expectations. I guess everyone else. Yeah, I don't know. I was not as engaged with that part.
Yeah, nobody explained to her what a gala is. So
Yep. Uh, and then Applejack just doesn't sell anything and then tries to bake a cake with stuff that then gets splattered all over everyone.
mm-hmm. Yep. And of course it's revealed at the end that Celestia just wants chaos that the friends brought in.
Yep. And then Spike, we don't see what happens with him. We just see that he then ends up dejected in the donut shop, and then everyone else
Yeah.
goes to him and is like, "Hey, no, you were right. We should have spent time together."
Mm-hmm. Which
Whether
is the
that is like true or not, like I think they all needed to go off and learn their lessons.
it's a fun way to close off and this season, this episode. It's just them having a good time at the donut shop. So
Yeah, yeah.
uh background pony in here that like became a fan favorite, Octavia, who plays the cello in the
Okay.
background and has a bow. She's a fan favorite. So yep.
I'd asked why, but I know that it's just like vibes generally with all
Yes,
of.
it's vibes. She's got a big cello. She looks posh. Decent color scheme. That's it. Yep. Yep.
She
She
has the like energy of like that one Animal Crossing cat with the like different colored eyes. Raymond, Raymond. I don't know. I don't have him in my village. Yeah, Raymond.
I don't know. I don't play
Like,
Animal Crossing.
but yeah, visuals. Yeah, this is. I like the musical numbers and the whole. The Grand Galloping Gala does end up being a bit of a spectacle. You have the fireworks and you have this big castle that everyone's going around, and I thought that stuff was nice. I like nighttime. I think they do a good job with like having interesting nighttime colors and all of the stars in the sky and everything.
And then everybody's wearing different gala gowns and
Well,
yeah.
yeah, they're the gowns we've talked about before.
But
Otherwise, I would have done.
the background ponies have all different
Oh
gowns
yeah,
on.
yeah,
So
yeah.
also animation errors. This first one is when there's the stampeding animals. There's I don't know if you see that one
Oh,
pony.
yes, there's a pony who is in front of a pony who they're supposed to be behind.
Yeah, so they're floating in midair with the shadow.
Tiny pony.
Yep, yep. Okay, next one. This is the Cyclops pony. Um, one of the rarity she brings the guests to pull the chariot.
Oh
That
yeah,
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 that's the Celestia. Sorry, the not Celestia, the Cinderella wagon
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
So yeah, there's a moment where the pony turns their head and it becomes a Cyclops. So yep. And then lastly, in the background with the two Wonderbolts, for some reason, Spitfire just has these weird purple
Are those
blobs.
are those are those gummies eyes?
I don't know. I don't know. There's something.
Yeah, we have a big cast list for this one because we have a lot of little short cameos here.
Yep, we again for the cast for this one we have Tara Strong, Ashley Ball, Andrea Libman, Tabitha St. Germain, Cashley Whitlock, Nicole Oliver, Shanna Chan Kent, Rebecca Shoyshot, Kazumi Evans, Brian Drummond, Matt Hill, Kelly Metzger, Jason Thiessen, who is the I guess the gardener, and Vincent Tong as Prince Blueblood and Donut Joe.
Yeah, I thought everyone did a good job. I have a little bit more to say about the sound on this one because I do really like the opening number,
It's a
the
great
Grand
number.
Galloping Gala.
It's a
It was
great
giving
number.
me just sort of in like the construction of it. It was reminding me a bit of like Princess and the Pauper, the Barbie movie.
Sure.
Just has that sort of tone to it. A little bit more musical theater.
Yeah, it's got the big "I Want" song. Everybody gets to sing their part.
Yeah.
Some of the instruments for their part gets to change because Rainbow Dash gets like a rock
Yeah. Yeah,
to
there's like
score.
different little nods to their different character. Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, and you get like all the background vocals, the choir, just adds so much to this grandness of like wanting to go to the Grand Galloping Gala. It's
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
Great way to end the season with a big song.
Yeah.
Yeah, we also get like a couple other Pinky jingles in this one where she's got like the Pony Pokey and whatever other song that she has.
Yeah, yeah. I those weren't nearly as memorable for me, but I don't
Right.
have
I
anything to
often
compare with.
forget that she has other songs in this one because like the
Okay.
big one just stands out so much.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, onto illusions via the Pony Wiki. So this episode, of course, has several different fairy tale references. The magical apple carriage, the mice being turned into horses, and Rarity accidentally leaving her glass sibler behind are all plot elements from Cinderella. Mr. Greenhooves maintaining the garden says he likes to whistle while he works, reference to Snow White. The whistle is the same tune that Snow White sings into the well. Mm-hmm. Fluttershy's plan to catch the animals, complete with maniacal laughter in the phrase, "I'll catch you yet, my pretties," somewhat echoes The Wicked Witch of the West, played by Margaret Hamilton from Wizard of Oz. You don't need all those details there. Yep, we know what it is. Princess Celestia creates an arc of twinkling stars over her castle in the same manner as the Walt Disney Pictures logo. Right. Yes, the old logo. The song sung before the gala is a sound alike of Ever After from Stephen Sondheim's fairy tale theme musical Into the Woods.
Oh,
So,
I need to see that one again
hmm I mean, or listen to the soundtrack.
or listen
So
to
yeah,
the soundtrack.
yeah. I mean, yeah. Like the song is similar to like the opening song of like Into the Woods. Da, 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 and everybody says what they want. So
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. During the carriage ride towards Canterlot, Spike mentioned the princess's golden apple tree. Golden apples are a recurring element in both Greek and Norse mythology. Okay, yeah. We never
Yeah.
see said golden apple tree, so guess what? Pinkie Pie's Pony Pokey is a version of the Hokey Pokey dance, of course.
Yep.
Pinkie Pie's song "I'm at the Grand Galloping Gala" is sung in the tune of "For She's a Jolly Good Fellow." For he's a yeah. And the music playing when Pinkie Pie is admiring the ballroom is a slow arrangement of the second movement of Mozart's Serenade Number 13 for strings in G major. Sure. Yep.
Yep.
IMDb trivia, friendship report. The ponies learned that some things don't go the way they thought, but friends can help make them even better. Okay. This episode is a ponified take on the musical Into the Woods. I mean, elements, not ponified take, but sure. And then Derpy Hoobs can be seen in multiple background shots in this episode. So here's she's with the apple cart.
Yeah. Season 1. This is the end of season 1. I think this is like, even though it isn't tying back to the lore of the first episode, this is, as a finale, it's big. It's bringing back these elements from the previous episodes. I can understand why people who were engaging with the show would come back for season 2.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
That can be my mini cultural anthropology quarter, since I didn't do a big own section on it.
Yeah. And we'll have more thoughts later on. But yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you everyone for listening and make sure to follow us on your podcast platform of choice and our different social media platforms. We'll be back next week to going back in Generation 1 to talk about the Ghost of Paradise's estate. But also make sure to go check out our bonus episode where we kind of review season 1 a little more thoughtfully than we just did. So there'll be some more stuff there. Go check out the Patreon for that one. And until then, don't forget your birthday and start talking to inanimate objects and be crazy and all that. So,
Yep.
yeah.
Bye,
Bye.
ponies.